1 Peter 4:10 in the New Living Translation states, God has given each of you a gift from his great variety of spiritual gifts. Use them well to serve one another. If I were to describe my mother, Daisy Reed Chambers, in 5 words, it would be a dedicated servant of God, for she faithfully used her God-given gifts in service to others. At the young age of 5 years old, she accepted the call to discipleship one Sunday morning at Spencer Memorial Christian Church in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, and thus began for her a lifetime of service to God and his church. Her favorite scripture, Psalm 121, inspired and propelled her onward whenever she was asked to serve in any capacity. Preparation for service began with lifting her eyes unto the hills, confessing dependence on the Lord for his help in whatever the endeavor was at hand, followed by a simple prayer based on Micah 6:8, seeking divine guidance as to how best apply action to her faith. Opportunities for service, particularly to the Christian Church Disciples Women, have been numerous. During the late 80s, God, through Lois Ward, a longtime disciple, introduced my mom to Christian Women's Fellowship. Mother's service to CWF, whether at the local, regional, or general level, extended for more than 35 years, beginning as president of the local CWF at Spencer Memorial Church. Over the years, she held leadership roles in the region of North Carolina, including district coordinator, regional CWF president, and was elected as the region's first woman-to-woman participants. Involvements beyond the region include attending every quadrennial assembly since 1982, serving as director and coordinator of the International Guest Program for 2 quadrennial assemblies, and attending 2 World Council of Churches assemblies. She also served on the General Board and was a past president of the National Convocation Disciples Women. More recently, she served as coordinator of women's ministry at Messiah Community Church in Winston-Salem. My mother had a lifetime of rich experiences as teacher, administrator, poet, actress, dancer, community activist, lay speaker, and world traveler, just to name a few. But her greatest joy came from interacting on a personal level with family, friends, and acquaintances. The joy of gathering with family in praise and worship and breaking of bread, leading worship at the bedside of sick and shut-in friends and church members, praying for those in need of care, working with others to alleviate stress due to social, economic, and/or spiritual needs, or just being a prayerful listener. These were times when she most sincerely and humbly served as a true disciple of Christ, administering God's grace. I am truly blessed to have Daisy R. Chambers as my mother. I am so proud of all of her personal and professional accomplishments, all of her honors and recognitions. But I am most proud and thankful for the loving relationship she had with her God, demonstrated through obedience to him and service to mankind. Thank you, and may grace be with you all.
Great day, disciples of Christ in North Carolina. I am Joanne Williams, and it has been my honor that Disciple Women Ministry President Mary Evans asked me to contact a few people to make a tribute to our loving friend and sister, a true woman of God, Daisy R. Chambers. Daisy worked in the Christian church and the Christian Church of Disciples of Christ in North Carolina. I remember Miss Daisy as she was fondly known to be a person that would assist anyone who reached out to her. She was also willing to provide you with information that would help you with whatever project you were undertaking. I was very pleased to have been able to serve along beside her on the cabinet during my service as DWM president. She represented us in China with the Woman to Woman program. She also worked faithfully with the General Church women and the National Convocation Disciple women. She always kept us informed about the democratic process. You will hear today from her pastor, Reverend Dr. Louis Threat, a member, Joanne Washington, and another member of the Christian Church, Catherine Wright. Joanne Washington, Middle Fork Christian Church, Disciples of Christ states, Daisy was an advocate for children. She worked in the school system. She was always there for me and took me under her wings as I followed behind her. I really got involved with the Disciples Church by following Daisy. She was always the one to find the good in a person and was willing to speak up when she needed to in order to help you. She would truly, truly be missed. Catherine Wright, member of Mount Pleasant Christian Church, Disciples of Christ, says, I can't remember the year we met, but I remember her working with the Central District and all of the churches of North Carolina. I served with her on the board at the regional office and found her to be a joy. She's always stayed in touch. She was with me during my mom's illness, and we both were blessed by her. Daisy's personality was always the same. She was a sweet, personable lady. She was the go-to person in the Disciple Church in North Carolina. Her loving spirit is truly, truly missed. We would like to take the time to thank each and every one of the participants that provided information to this tribute for our friend, Daisy R. Chambers. Thank you.